Introduction. Our clients are doing business with us because of how convenient doing business with us is, and not necessarily because of our 5-year or 10-year plan, etc. They don't know and don't care about our long-term plans. This is good as much as it is a seemingly bad thing. By good, what I mean is, when doing long-term planning and executing on those plans shouldn't be executed to the extent where your clients start questioning your motives, competence, and strategy. Their disinterest, therefore, serves as a guiding post in accordance to which you should align yourself. The candle burning in the wind. Game theory teaches us that business is an infinite game. When building a business, you should therefore have a long-term view that is global and macro in its scope, reach, and execution. Simply put, how do you build and plan for a business that is supposed to outlive you, possibly your kids also? I call this the keeping the candle burning in the wind phenomena. The winds of both life and business are inevitable. Your job as the entrepreneur, therefore, is to keep your candle burning in the wind. This job becomes a seemingly impossible task for all practical reasons when you are under the assumption that it's your job alone. You can only keep your candle burning in the wind by tapping into the skills, experience, and expertise of others. The sooner you get this basic truth, the better. When you are promoted to manager of a company department or supervisor of a unit, it's common sense that you'll be a victim of either the failure or the success of your predecessors. Let's assume you become the CEO of an already successful company. The question then is, how you make your mark, being mindful of the fact that regardless of what you achieve, your achievements will be minimized by the notion that you've inherited an already successful organization. If you become the vice chancellor of an already prestigious university ranked in top university circles, at best, all you can do is maintain the standing. The question is, how then do you craft out your own legacy? How then do you make a contribution attributed to you, but a contribution big enough to stand out? You are not that important. Get over yourself. The sooner you do this, the better. People are far more reluctant to the changes happening in the world, and especially in business, because they take themselves far too serious. Learn to recognize waves with the objective of benefiting from those waves. Saying you don't like the internet because you are old school is a very myopic and selfish way of viewing the world. Personally, I prefer not having a cell phone at all, never mind a smartphone, but I need to have one, because how else will clients and prospective clients get a hold of me? Personally, I find WhatsApp useless, but it serves as a great and very useful tool to help send account balances, quotes, and invoices, etc. to clients and prospective clients effortlessly. My point being, yes, WhatsApp is a useless tool for me as an individual, but a very useful tool for me as an entrepreneur. This distinction is important because it transcends the limitations of my personal truths. This transcendence of personal truths is something of which I don't see a lot in the business communities I constantly find myself in. Let go of your personal preferences because you don't know enough to be making business decisions based on what you prefer. The benefit of the doubt comes in when you've been around long enough to have stress tested your views, taste, and opinions. An example would be, I love art and have a very particular taste in music. I would like to believe that my music and art preferences help refine my taste in people and business. But this is unfortunately not true. Not true because if you sell an overpriced product or service to someone who can't afford it, the reality is they can't afford it and it's overpriced. These two variables has nothing to do with how refined your taste in music, art, or clothing is. When we say overpriced or expensive, these are relative terms, meaning expensive for who, overpriced for who. You don't want to be the entrepreneur who tried to sell a Leonardo da Vinci painting to your neighbor down the street.